The fine-tuning of the universe as evidence for the existence of God. Fine-tuning focuses on the values of the laws of physics and the values of the initial conditions of the universe. If these values were not tuned to a small degree, the universe would not exist at all in its current state. The universe, its particles, and chemical reactions would not exist almost at all. For example, the fine structure constant is 1 over 137. The cosmological constant determines the expansion rate of the universe. Starting from the Big Bang, this constant is fine-tuned to the level of 1 in 10 to the power of 120. The gravitational constant, if it were too small, gravity would be too weak and planets wouldn't form. If it was too large, stars would burn out too fast. Electromagnetic forces create chemical bonds. If this force was too strong, electrons could not be shared. If the force were too weak, then atoms could not hold on to electrons at all. These factors are required for stable chemical bonds. The strong nuclear force creates stable atoms. If this force were 1% weaker, important atoms for life may not form in correct quantities. If it were 2% stronger, no atoms might form at all. The binding of protons and neutrons would not be stable. The weak nuclear force affects radioactive decay. If this force were too strong, all of the matter in the universe would be converted into heavy elements. Otherwise, if it were too weak, all of the matter in the universe would stay as the lightest elements. These values are an indicator of plausible, purposeful design. The existence of the beginning of spacetime is also consistent with the story of Genesis, which says in the beginning. The arguments of fine-tuning could also be applied to a galactic and planetary scale, in regards to other factors that make life possible. All of these factors, from the universal to the atomic scale, are required for life to exist. The universe must exist, expand, form galaxies, form planets, form atoms, and form chemical bonds. Without any of these factors, you cannot build life. This is why suggesting that life would adapt to any universe it is given is likely untrue. The multiverse. A common explanation of the apparent fine-tuning is the existence of a multiverse. But if a multiverse mechanism itself requires some degree of fine-tuning, this again requires design. Ultimately, the question is which explanation is most plausible to explain the universal fine-tuning. And more generally, questions about what causes space-time to exist.